Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I am giving you a much needed update. I'm sorry it's been so long, but it has been crazy on site the last couple of weeks. I've been getting a lot done and I haven't really been able to film it, so I'm going to be giving you a tour of what we've been up to. But first we gotta go pop into Lowe's. I gotta pick up a few things for what we're doing out on site today. Also, for all you haters that are saying that FSD is never gonna work, this thing literally drives me an hour and a half from work out to the property without touching the steering wheel or brakes or gas or anything like that, completely uninterrupted. It is so impressive. But anyways, that's enough about me nerding out about how freaking cool this car is, but love my truck. Okay, so you're probably wondering what I'm doing with some PEX, like water line fittings, some concrete sealer, and like a little painter's tray. So we finished the foundation. I do apologize for the delay in getting all these videos out. The last 2 months have been extremely overwhelming between the sauna build and this foundation for the garage, and it's just been very overwhelming. But this is where we're at right now. So there's a clip of the guys pouring the concrete. This is at the end of the day, pouring the concrete. They were able to finish it with that really nice, just like smooth finish. So after the concrete cured for a day, they shed all the forms, and then it was back in my court to set all the drains going around the foundation to catch all of the gutter drains. Then I backfilled everything. You can see I'll be doing an infiltration trench in a little bit over there on the left. But this is the state of the concrete now, which leads to the next reason why I've been so slow with these videos, and this is a clip from my day job. So I work for a general contractor as a project engineer, helping to coordinate some scopes of work, and this is a large student housing facility that we're building for the University of Washington. So I've been pretty busy lately and a little overwhelmed and haven't been able to keep up with videos. Oh, and here's a little sneak peek of the sauna, but I have a really detailed video. I did film this one really well, but we'll get to that in a little bit here. Long story short, we finished the foundation, which is why we're going to be sealing it so that grease and oil and stuff doesn't get into it, especially as the team's out here in the next couple weeks installing the actual structure. This thing's going to go from pretty much a giant rock in the ground to a full-blown structure within a matter of 3 days, which is going to be really cool. I will have a video on that, I promise, but this is like a little glimpse into my crazy, insane life. I pretty much go work my 9 to 5, get out here. I got off at 4:30, drove an hour and a half, and we're getting back out to the property, and I'm gonna go work till 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, getting everything ready for the structure in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so let me give you guys a tour of what we got right here. So here is essentially the foundation plan. You can see there's these two little like wing walls at the end so that the roof line covers the slab in here so that we protect all of this concrete from rain coming down. And it's just nice having this overhang. But essentially we have these two little wings here, and all of this is a giant, I think it ended up being a 5 to 6 inch thick slab. And that all translates to this, what we have here. This is my first go at a slab on grade, like with me doing the grading, and the concrete guys said I was a little bit off, so we had to make it a 6 inch slab, so it gets down to 4 inches in some points, and it's mostly 5, but there's a couple parts that are 6 inches, so I need to get a little bit better on grading. But for this being a first go, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. So essentially what I did was I excavated out an extra, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 feet further than the foundation wall is right here, or the footing wall is, I guess. And then Javier with JV Concrete, which I'll put his link in the description down below. If you're doing any concrete in Washington or like the greater Seattle area, he's your go-to guy. Really good guy, really fair pricing. Tell him Devin sent you and he'll hook you up. This. And you can see these are those little wings I was talking about. So we set forms going around this entire thing. We put a whole bunch of wire mesh, and then we just filled the whole bathtub with concrete, essentially. Before we keep going here, I do have to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Brooklyn Bedding. Getting a quality night's sleep every night is essential for me. Working a full-time job, working upwards of 100-hour weeks between building these homes and running the Airbnbs, it can all be a lot, and getting a good night's sleep is essential because I need to be fully charged up for the next day's work, which is when I saw Brooklyn Bedding reach out. I knew this partnership would be perfect because they've been making top tier mattresses for over 30 years out of their factory in Arizona. These mattresses truly deliver the best night's sleep ever. I've been trialing this mattress for the last month and I have been sleeping like a rock. And every mattress is handled in-house at the Arizona factory, so you get top quality without all the markup. I can honestly say, having used this mattress for the last 30 days, I'm getting a significantly better night's sleep and noticing actual energy improvements in my day-to-day life, which is amazing because I will take any little bit of energy I can get to make myself that much more productive. Not only is the mattress super comfy, but Brooklyn Bedding offers a 120-night sleep trial along with a limited lifetime warranty. The mattress also delivers right to your door and for free if you live within the United States. With my health being super important to me, one thing I can really appreciate about Brooklyn Bedding is that they don't use fiberglass in any of their mattresses that they produce. And I'm sure, as you've seen in the news and on TikTok, there's been a number of lawsuits related to fiberglass in mattresses, which can cause some real health problems down the road. I do tend to sleep a little bit warm, and sometimes on my previous mattress, I would even wake up because I was getting so hot. I absolutely love my Brooklyn Bedding mattress, and I think you would too. If you're looking for a new bed, check out brooklynbedding.com or scan the QR code to get 30% off your mattress with code DevinLaura. Thanks a ton, Brooklyn Bedding, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. So the guys started down here and they worked their way, finishing all the way down here and then wrapped up down there. So then all of these stubs right here, so these are going to catch all of the gutters. So the gutters that come down the face of the building, and this green pipe laps all the way around the building here. You can see I'll put a couple clips in here of how I had it laid out. But all those lines then tie in to this infiltration trench, and I'll be breaking this down in another video how exactly this infiltration trench works. But long story short, all the roof water drains underground so that we don't have tons of erosion with all this water coming off the roof, washing onto this and eroding all these soils here. So the water will drain. I got to excavate this whole thing. All those yellow lines will be drain rock. But that's for another video. So the goal tonight is to seal the whole foundation. But I was out here power washing, getting it all set so that we can seal it. And ultimately I just want to seal it so if I spill oil or something, it's easier to clean off and it won't stay in the concrete. And I also got those plumbing fittings so we can, maybe if I have time, cap the little water line coming up out of the slab, just so that when the crews are installing the structure, they don't hit it and break the water line or whatever, just because it's already covered in concrete, so we can't bust it. So this is the stuff I picked up at Lowe's here, and it's supposed to have a satin finish and protect against acids, grease, food stains, oil, salt. So pretty much anything that could land on it. So like salts from the road and whatever. So we'll see how it works, but it's supposed to penetrate down into the concrete and create a really solid seal. Okay, so I spread the stuff over these first two squares, and I feel like it looks kind of weird in video, but it's almost making the finish of the concrete like a little more rich and dark, which I think looks really, really cool. You can see this is the first square I did, and it's already starting to finish off like a little bit satin. You can see, you can obviously see it's still wet, but this side over here, it almost leaves like that like milky residue, almost like how it spreads there. But overall, I think this looks awesome how it's coming along. My only regret is I wish I got like an 18 or a 24-inch roller, because this is taking forever to do right now. All this work did end up taking a few hours here, and you can see I just blew off the slab as well, just to make sure there's no pine needles or cottonwood stuck to the slab so that I don't glue a whole bunch of stuff down to the slab. But I was making sure to spread this as thick as I could without leaving puddles. The directions say to really spread it on pretty thick, because it almost creates like a membrane on top of the concrete, and it looks like you can do this like every 1 to 2 years on the slab. But I wanted to make sure I did it before the structure company was out here, because I'll never be able to install this underneath where all the metal anchors go around the perimeter of this. So this was something I wanted to make sure I got done. And with heavy machinery going up on the slab in the next couple weeks, I didn't want to get rubber marks. So I figured this was just an essential step of getting the slab prepped for a long lifetime of having a lot of work going on. So you can see my OCD actually ended up painting all those stub ups coming out of the ground black, because I just wanted it to match. I'd never be able to paint the backside of it black if I didn't do it now, because the structure is going to be in the way. But the slab looks really good. I love the rich, dark, contrasty color here. Thank you guys so much for following along, and bear with me. I have a really cool sauna video coming, and we will see you guys in the next video. See ya.